Jesus, not me. 'Cause I throw hands. Try Jesus, please don't try me.
So, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I'm about to go cop some food. One of my favorite spots in this area.
Hoodied up with a mask. Shit snatched, now you want it back. I just hope you don't go and ride. Long Johns right under the strap. That's what you staring at. Sawed off, head tap, double tap. That's what you riding. No, I can't do no 9 to 5.
Yo, bro. It is extremely hot in this piece, bro. Jeez, man. I cannot with this heat. So I don't know if y'all heard me. I'm gonna have to look back at the clip. That's the weird thing about vlogging. I can't always check like how it was sounding because, you know, it sounds a little weird, but I'm trying to have a lot more recordings than just sitting in the car. So no, that's just not interesting to me. All right, yeah. Okay.
Got me thinking, babe. Tell me if you with it, 'cause I'm with it, babe. I haven't heard from you and I'm in it, babe. Just tell me what to do and
I've had some thoughts. You know, for many of you guys who come on this channel, you understand that it's not just tutorials, it's not just haircuts, it's not just techniques. Like, I talk about this a lot, especially on my Instagram, and I just posted something basically discussing how when I was growing up, I didn't like when people didn't tell me why. I hated when people said, do it because I know better, do it because I'm this and I'm that. Like, so we're supposed to trust your being instead of our own understanding. And I hated that. So when I put content out, that passion translates into putting pressure on myself in order to put out not only what I'm doing, but why I'm doing it. Because what I prioritize is your understanding, your control, what you do with what you have. Instead of me using this Barber's table clout, oh, I have this much subscribers, I've been doing this for this amount of time, so listen to what I have to say. No, I typically say, this is what I'm doing, this is why I'm doing it, and you can collect all of my reasoning and see if it makes sense for you. Need this in my life, bro. Needed it. Bro. First of all, that mask sucks. Second of all, I can't tell you how much I love me an acai bowl. My boy Rick, the dude who was just cutting that you just saw, he introduced me to this thing and I never turned back. Yo, low key, he be putting me on. Put me on this and sushi. Before like early this year, before like mid last year, I had never had sushi in my life. I don't know what upbringing you guys had, but the upbringing I had, even though, okay, I love my parents, just disclaimer, love my parents, love my upbringing, of course, all that. But in our community, in our culture, of Jamaican descent, and of course it's in black cultures as well. It's in black cultures heavy as well. It's like this whole be seen, not heard, listen to what I do, and I don't care too much about providing you with why it's happening. I'm not too interested in divulging any reasoning so you can understand it because, you know, you're the kid, I'm the adult. Now, I've found, and first of all, passionately, I have a passion for understanding why. I really like knowing why something is being done. It really brings about this richness to it. So when you deprive me of that opportunity, I passionately have an issue with it, especially if I don't agree. Give me the opportunity to agree or disagree with your reasoning. There's power in that. It's weak for you to say, I'm not gonna give you reasoning, because it's as if you do not want to be challenged, foregoing the opportunity for either of us to grow. And you see it all over the place. This develops into people who wanna get a lot of money, you listen to me because I'm rich. People get a lot of YouTube subscribers, you listen to me like you don't think I'm right, like you see the amount of subscribers that I have. Or people become doctors, become lawyers, and whatever they say in their field, like, I've been here for this long, I don't need to provide you with reasoning. I'm just gonna flex my position on you. And in doing so, you can't challenge me. You just have to do X, Y, and Z. Now, I've seen this so often in my own say like so often in my life, and it really irritates me, and it irritates me more than the average person. Like I do not get tired of being irritated by somebody saying like college is the way to go, everybody should go to college. It's just that I get questions in my DMs asking me if they should go to college or barber school. My parent doesn't do this, or all these questions. This doesn't mean that if you're asking these questions you should go to barber school or whatever, but all these questions just means like, first of all, I don't know you, right? I don't know if you should go to college or go to barber school. I'm not you. What I can do is tell you the most important thing to do, what makes you take what you're interested in, and allow that to guide you. I believe in interest, right? It's things that you're interested in, you do not choose. I loved playing ball growing up. One of my high school teachers was like, you didn't choose to love basketball. And me being a person who believes I'm fully independent and all that, I challenged him like, what do you mean I didn't choose? I definitely chose. Like, no, you didn't. Like, why do you like basketball? You're just like, I want to like basketball. Then why don't you just want to like anything? You know, why don't you want to like hockey? Like, no, like your certain set of DNA, experiences, upbringing, all of that curates what you're interested in, what you're exposed to, and you build on that. So it's just like what I just said when it comes to being upset with authoritarian figures who just say, do this, do that with no reasoning, and that really pissed me off. And I don't get tired of talking about institutions that promote you're valuable based on our system. We're gonna grade you and we're gonna tell you how valuable you are. It really pissed me off. So that's what guides what I do. Like, I'm a barber, I have a YouTube channel, and when I explain things to you guys, like, oh my God, like they say, oh, you explain so well, you talk so well, I understand. It's because that's what I care about. That's why I do what I do. I create the Barber system, an online course that ultimately I'm going to build to the point where the goal is to build that to the point where the amount of information and education on there won't just help you with techniques, it'll help you with thinking. So even if you didn't want to be a barber, the information you get from it will help you be a better person. I'm not bigger than being challenged. I'm not bigger than being critiqued. When I see people critique me validly, of course, I see it as an opportunity to grow for both people involved. I didn't create a YouTube channel to build and create a separation between me and the people who view me. Like, look at all these subscribers I got. You guys don't know what you're doing. You guys don't, like, worship me. Like, look at me, look at me, look at me. Look at all that I'm doing. So I can create this separation to belittle the people who view me. On the contrary, I've created a YouTube channel to show you guys just how much you can do. There's no real system to being a successful barber after you get your license, right? You just kind of get into a shop. What next? Like, what are the different things you can do? And there's not much focus on all the things that, first of all, look at this thing. There's not much focus on all the things you can do or why you do in this industry. I can remember, even within the industry, I can remember back in cosmetology school, one of my teachers was like, oh, you guys keep complaining about the work. This is nothing. My kids go to college and they study A&P and they, it's much harder for them. Like, you guys aren't really going through anything. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. This is crazy because we're being taught by somebody in this industry that they even value college and all these different things than what they're doing themselves. They're like, I'm in this industry. I'm a cosmetology teacher. I still don't take this job as serious. I still don't take your future serious. I can remember in high school where I would always look up the average salary, look at the bell curve. I know a lot of you guys do that in high school. Look at the bell curve, see, how much on average does this person make? How much on average does a sports psychologist make? How much on average does an accountant make? This, that, and the third. And it was just a natural thing for me to see the average and just guesstimate that I'm gonna make more than that. Because no matter what industry I was going into, I thought I was going to provide value to it, no matter what it is. And that's what I think isn't being taught really. We think that money is attached to a career. We think the value is in that career. The value you get is what you get when you go to that career. You get it from that career. Instead of understanding that the value that you get is the amount that you provide to that industry. Let me put it in context, right? Look at barbering. A lot of the dominant figures in the barber industry right now is Chris Bosio, 360 Jeezy, Get Beamed, David Falla, Julius Caesar, Sophie Polk. We have a bunch of these people in this industry, all these people, right? And every one of these people, if you take them away from barbering, you take an element of barbering away. They're not there to suck out what the barber industry has to provide. They're providing something to the barber industry that if they were to stop, the barber industry would be lacking something. And that needs to be, no matter what you do, no matter what industry you're in, that needs to be your goal. It's not what can I get out of it, it's what can I give it? How much do I have that I can give? How much value can I develop that I can give?
Love to see you shine in the night like a diamond you are. I'm good on the side, so just hold me in the dark. Once I know it's you, pick me up when you fall. Nah, shawty found the street, show me when you need and it's yours. All I hear, nothing feels better.
I honestly don't know where I left off while I was cutting, but yeah, man, I just feel like why is extremely important. I just feel like, okay, this is what I was about to say. I think the more you get in position where people, rely on you more than their own understanding, is the more you need to provide them with the tools in order to understand better. And that's what I feel like I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Why are you smiling for it? Oh, wow.
I love seeing you talk to your son.
Why?
It's just funny.
But, yeah, what I was gonna say. Now Rick just messed me up. I can't even remember. What up, Rick?
It's bad, man.
Bad.
Rose gon' roll it out, put the hoe down, hood on. Picture another knew I had put the drip on. Ask me how many I done put on. My private plane's about to fly with the good old. I with bougie. Hit that from the back and told her ditto. Seen the Jason, it had to get low. She looking at the paddock like some Skittles. Her husband been talking tough, I turned a widow. Giuseppe got me on my tiptoe. Why you wifing on the flip? By the strap and playing give and go.